Everything, but that's okay. That's what they do best. So we're getting ready here for trauma recovery yoga. Got a few minutes. Oh, now they're going to bark some more. Silly, silly dogs. Knock it off. So hello, everybody. I hope to see some of you people. Oh, I've got lots of friends joining in already. Awesome. I'm glad to see you all here today. Looks like Instagram Live did work. I don't know if it'll work the whole time, but we'll see. So, got a few more minutes till we get started. Thought I'd talk a little bit about how that, as a grandpa, and probably as a parent too, but more so as a grandpa, when you sit there and look at your 14-year-old granddaughter's Instagram page, and I guess the lesson is, it happened to me about a half an hour ago. Don't jump to conclusions. They're probably bored in their room with nothing to do. And so if you see a picture with black eyes and a bloody nose, it's probably just teenagers playing with makeup. There's no need to go over and kick doors in or anything like that. Not that I did, but that was the first instinct. Luckily, my sons called as I was heading out the door. So don't jump to conclusions and don't let it mess up your zen. You think about it, man, a teenager's got to be going totally stir crazy. I know that I look forward to these practices Sunday evenings, and then again I practice with you all on Monday evenings at 6 o'clock. I really miss the community that I've been practicing with for the last year and a half at Endure LV and from the Fearless Kind. Just an amazing group of people that changes. People come in, people go out, people come back, and it's just such a honor to be able to meet people right there. When we're practicing yoga together, we're all right here the same. There's no differences between us. There's no past. There's no future. We're just trying to work on practicing right here in the present. And that's a key tenet of trauma recovery yoga. Is we start off, and we'll start here in a minute or two, we start off by practicing and trying to reinforce self-regulation. I'm not a neuroscientist, but they talk about you don't try to break a habit. You should try to set up a new one. And there's these timelines that they talk about: 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Just developing a regular practice creates patterns in your brain that expect that regular practice. And so that's why we always start off by doing a little bit of self-regulation. And I can tell you that for me personally, this, besides that feeling that, wow, I don't know what's going on, but something is, that when I found myself practicing this self-regulation in stressful times off of the mat, I knew that there was something special going on. So, just really briefly, we're here to practice yoga today. One of our key tenets is your yoga, your way. If all you choose to do today is sit on your mat, hell, sit on your couch and breathe, smile at 55-year-old Max doing yoga in his front room, and laugh about the dogs that are probably going to bark here in a minute, you're doing yoga. You're being present in the moment. And that's what this is all about. So everything I do is just a suggestion. If you choose to do it, great. If you choose to modify, I'll throw in a couple of typical modifications along the way for people with bad knees, but don't be afraid. Just do what feels right for you. So we're going to begin by moving into grounding. Grounding is literally looking and finding that support that is always there for us right there on the ground. Feeling the support that the earth is always giving to us and recognizing that, wow, that stability is always right there. All I have to do is notice it. Maybe notice it by feeling the bit of warmth on the sides of your feet, the pressures on your sit bones. Maybe just reaching down and feeling the earth, realizing that it's always there and it's always going to support you. The next piece is the act of centering. Centering. We're trying to take and pull all of our focus into our core. And how do we do that? Well, the simple way is we take and lift the pelvic floor as if trying to restrict the flow of urine, and then pulling the belly button in towards the spine, as in feeling that belly button pulling back in towards the spine, holding it in, continuing to breathe, but feeling the heat begin to build, beginning to stoke the furnace in your guts. And maybe, just maybe, you'll notice all of your thoughts, all of your focus moving towards your core, towards the inward, pulling from the outside stimulus, noticing the inside. The next piece is the breath. We release that belly button and then just begin to notice our breath. Maybe just feeling the breath flowing in and flowing out. Maybe you feel it cooling the tip of the nose. Maybe you feel that air flowing down the back of your throat. Just continue to notice the air flowing in and flowing out. Feeling and noticing whether it's going shallow, whether it's flowing deep. Just noticing, not trying to change it, not trying to control it, just noticing that air flowing in and flowing out. Next, we're going to move into a 3-part breath or yogic breathing. We do that by filling ourselves up consciously from the bottom up. So we expand the belly and inhale, filling the belly up with air. We feel that breath continue to fill up and the shoulders rise. And finally, the last little bit of breath flows in and makes your eyes cool and sparkle. And then we exhale as the chin comes down, shoulders soften, belly comes in. Inhale, big belly, shoulders lift, eyes cool and sparkle. Exhale, chin comes down, shoulders soften, belly comes in. Inhale, big belly, shoulders lift, Eyes cool and sparkle. And then exhale as the chin comes down, shoulders soften, belly comes in. Inhale, big belly. Shoulders lift. Eyes cool and sparkle. And then exhale, allowing yourself to fully deflate, allowing that chin to come down heavily, the shoulders to soften, the belly come in. And then with the chin still resting heavily, allow your breath to fall back into its natural rhythm. Not forcing, not pushing, not controlling, just feeling it flowing in and then flowing out. Flowing in and flowing out. And this time, as the air flows in, we're going to bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Bring the ear to the shoulder, not the shoulder to the ear. Think about keeping that shoulder blade plugged in to its socket in your back. Feeling the stretch across the top of the neck as we continue to breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in. And as we breathe out, allow the chin to come back down towards the chest. Maybe now noticing a little bit of stretch in the tendons up the back of the neck, tugging on the scalp, just feeling it stretching some of that tension out as we continue to breathe. And then noticing as we move into this other side, how we're linking the breath to the movement. So as we inhale, we bring the left ear to the left shoulder. Again, keeping the shoulder down and plugged in, bring the ear to the shoulder, not the shoulder to the ear. Feeling that stretch across the right side of the neck as you continue to breathe in and breathe out. Noticing that this time, and we'll try to do it through the whole practice, linking our movement. As we inhale, we extend. And then as we exhale, we allow the chin to come back down towards the chest. And we contract. We pull in with the exhale. We extend with the exhale, with the inhale. So now bring the head up to neutral. We're going to take in, exhale, allow the chin to roll down. Inhale, roll to the left and back. And then exhale to the right and down. Inhale to the left and back. Exhale to the right and down. Inhaling and exhaling back and letting the chin hang heavily once again. We're continuing that breath cycle, breathing in and breathing out. And on the next inhale, reversing rotation. Inhaling to the left, to the right and back. Exhaling to the right, to the left and down. Inhaling to the right and back. Exhaling to the left and down. Inhaling and exhaling and allowing the chin to rest heavily. Feeling yourself begin to become more present, letting go of all of the silly stuff your granddaughter did or your teenage kids did or your spouse or your loved ones or your neighbor or your dogs barking in the backyard. Just beginning the process of letting that all go and be right here, right now. We're going to inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Inhale, bring the hands up overhead. And this time, we're going to exhale and bring the right hand down to the mat. Gaze up past that left hand, wiggling the fingers, blinking the eyes to allow the light to flow in and stimulate the happy center in your brain. Maybe, just maybe, you feel the corners of your mouth pulling up in a little bit of a smile. Before we exhale, shifting the gaze down to the hand that's on the mat, noticing it, walking it slowly away before inhale, lifting up Exhale, come over the top, feeling that stretch in the left side and the compression in the right. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come down just a little bit more. Before inhaling, bringing both hands up overhead. Again, blinking the eyes, letting the light flow in before we bring that left hand down to the mat. Shifting the gaze up to that right hand, wiggling those fingers, blinking the eyes before shifting the gaze down again to the mat. Noticing that hand supporting you on the mat as you walk it slowly away. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, coming over the top, stretching the other side and compressing the left. Inhale, a small extension. Exhale, come down just a little bit more. Interlacing the fingers, keeping the index fingers pointed up, bringing the thumbs together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come over 1, 2 numbers on your personal clock. Before we inhale, extend. Exhale, come down just a little bit more. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, coming down 1, 2 numbers the other direction. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come down just a little bit more. Before inhale, coming back up. Continuing to breathe. And then the next inhale, reach up, feel your biceps brushing your ears, stretching, reaching, yearning for the ceiling. Before exhale, opening the hands and opening the heart, allowing the weight of the world begin to lift from your shoulders. Inhale, bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the right, or left hand behind the left hip. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale, twist gently at the torso. You not using your arms, just gently twisting with the torso. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale, use that front arm to pull yourself around just a little bit more. Before inhaling, lift, looking forward, shifting that left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the hip. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale, twist with the torso, pulling yourself around. Inhale, sit up straight. Exhale, use that front hand to pull yourself just around a little bit more, loosening those rubber bands in your back. And then inhale, coming back to center and taking a minute to just feel the difference just 10 minutes have made. Feeling maybe a little bit of moisture in your brow, a little bit of looseness in your shoulders, maybe a little bit of tingling in your scalp. And hello, Katie, nice to see you. And you too, Tim. So now we're going to move into tabletop. Coming into all fours, hands underneath our shoulders, fingers spread wide, tops of the feet flat on the mat. Inhale, feel your head pull to the far side of the room. Exhale, look over the right shoulder at the right pinky toe. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, over the right left shoulder to the left pinky toe. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, look over that right shoulder one more time. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale, squeeze it all out, looking over the left shoulder. For inhale, coming back to center. Continuing that breath. We're going to extend the left leg back now, tucking the toes. Taking an opportunity maybe to bounce a little bit, begin to stretch out that hamstring before shifting the weight into the left hand, extending the right hand out to the far side of the room, pulling the belly button in, engaging the core, and then lifting that back leg up into lion pose. Feeling that little bit of tremble, knowing it's okay to keep a hand down or your toes down, whatever works for you. Feeling that tremble that we'll talk about a little bit later on. And then exhale, coming back down. into tabletop, extending the right leg back, tucking the toes, bouncing gently, stretching out that hamstring, shifting the weight into the right hand this time, extending the left hand out, engaging the core, pulling that back leg up. Again, taking notice of that little tremble, that little shake. And then exhale, coming back down into tabletop. Now we're going to begin to get ready to go into our first down dog of the night. We do that by tucking the toes, bring the sit bones back towards the heels, and then hinging up. Bring the sit bones up. Don't worry if your knees are bent. Bring your head down below the heart. Just feeling the release this makes on your heart when it's not having to pump all of that blood up into your brain. And taking advantage of this to begin shifting our viewpoint to positivity. Again, establishing a practice of talking better to the most important person in our world. And we start that conversation with, I am. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am powerful. Inhale, look forward and walk slowly to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands to the crease in the hips. Straighten the legs. And keeping the head bowed forward and the shoulders rolled forward. Slowly begin to roll up, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Slowly, slowly, slowly. As we inhale, slowly bring the shoulders back and bring the head up and feel a little bit more of the weight of the world lift off of those shoulders. Inhale, bring the hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. High plank. You can always bring your knees down, keeping the elbows tucked in. Lower down, low push-up. Turn the feet over, flat, tops of the feet, flat on the mat. Pushing up into upward dog, tucking the toes, hinging back into downward dog. Maybe your legs are a little bit straighter. Maybe they're not. That's okay. Whatever position you're in is right for you. This is your yoga, your way. I am beautiful. I am coordinated. I am okay. Inhale, look forward, hop walker, jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. And then exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. This time we're going to inhale, bring the hands up. And this time we're going to sit back into a low chair. So we bend at the knees, keep the hands up. Maybe the hands end up pointing at the joint between the wall and the ceiling. Maybe you have time to take a little glance down and see if you can see your toes over the top of your knees. Inhale, extend. Exhale, sink a little bit more before releasing it all into forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back. High plank. Lower down, low push-up. Turn the feet over, pushing up into upward dog. Tuck the toes, pushing back into downward dog. I am doing yoga. I am good. I am powerful. This time we're going to inhale, bring that right leg up. Exhale, swing it forward between the hands. And then we're going to turn that back foot crossways on the mat, rising up with the front knees still bent. Coming up into warrior two, gazing out over that front hand, taking a second to notice. Am I leaning forward, yearning for the future? Am I leaning back, stuck in the past, or are my shoulders right over my hips, right here, right now, in the present? Turn the front hand over, bring that hand up, bring the back hand down the back side of the back leg, feeling that stretch on the inside of the back leg. Before inhaling, coming back up into warrior two, straightening that front leg, tilting the pelvis back, and allowing yourself to fall down over that front leg, keeping the heart open to the far side of the room. This time, noticing and feeling that stretch on the inside of the front leg. Before inhaling, coming back up into warrior two, exhaling, windmilling the hands down, stepping back, and pushing right back up into downward dog. Continuing that internal conversation. I am doing yoga. I am amazing. I am valuable. Inhale, bring the left leg up. Exhale, swing it forward between the hands, and it's okay to get there however you got to get there. This is not dance. This is not flow. Bring that back foot across the back of the mat, rising up into warrior two on the other side. Turning that front hand over and reversing the warrior, feeling that stretch on the inside of the back leg. And then inhale, coming back up into warrior two, straightening the front leg, tilting the pelvis back, and allowing yourself to fall over that front leg once more. Feeling again the heart being open and that gentle pull, that gentle stretch on the inside of the front leg. Before inhaling, coming back up into warrior two, windmilling the hands down, stepping back, pushing right back up into downward dog. Continuing your conversation, practicing for that most important conversation of the day when you're looking at that beautiful person in the mirror while you're brushing your teeth. I am amazing. I am powerful. I am worthy. Inhale, look forward. Hop walker jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Noticing now that little bit of speeding up in the beating of the heart, feeling it pulsing against your thumbs, pulsing, beating just for you. As we inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank, lower down, low push-up. Turn the feet over, pushing up into upward dog, tucking the toes, pushing back into downward dog. I am okay. And sometimes it's just fine to just be okay. I am beautiful. I am doing great things. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Allow the foot to flop over to the left side, looking out underneath the left armpit, looking at those dirty toes hanging out over there before swinging that foot forward up between the hands, coming up into a low lunge. Bring your shoulders back, knowing it's okay to come into a kneeling pose or to bring your sit bones down towards your heels and relieve the pressure on your knees, whatever works for you. We're going to take in, reach up, and gazing up between our hands, you see a beautiful balloon in your favorite color. And on that beautiful balloon, you're writing down all of the things that no longer serve you, all of the things that you tell yourself why you can't do something. All of the things that others tell you why you can't move forward. You write them all down And you lift that balloon up, 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 and then release it. You watch it floating away, feeling the gentle tug as it pulls those things that no longer serve you out and away, leaving you freer, lighter, and at ease. Inhale, bring the hands overhead. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and push right back up into downward dog. I am free. I am light. I am capable. Inhale, bring that left foot up. Allow it to fall over. Take a look out underneath the right armpit. See if those toes are dirtier than the other ones. Before swinging that foot forward, again, into a low lunge, kneeling, or resting pose, whatever works for you. Whatever pose you're in, we're going to take it again. Inhale, reach up overhead, but this time you see in your hands a beautiful brown paper bag, one of those magical sky lanterns with that little gondola with that flickering candle in the bottom of it, just flickering, 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 just like your heartbeat. And into that little gondola, you're putting all of the feelings, all of the emotions, all of the unspoken words you wish you could share with others, but you just can't, either from distance, from death, from whatever inhibits those communications. You put all of those in there. You lift that little flickering sky lantern up and you let it go. And you see it rising, rising, rising with the surety that those messages, feelings, and emotions are going to be communicated exactly to the person they need to go to. Inhale, bring the hands overhead. Exhale, plant the hands, step back and push back into downward dog. I am fierce. I am lovable. I am worthy. This time we're going to inhale and we're going to look forward and we're going to step through into a seated position. Whatever seated position works for you. Again, feeling and noticing your grounding, feeling and noticing your connection with the earth. Taking just a second to notice the difference this last 20 minutes have made. How much freer, how much lighter, how much looser you may feel. Now we're going to take and bring the bottoms of our feet together. And maybe your knees are up here. Maybe they're down here. Maybe your feet are out here. Maybe your feet are in here. Doesn't matter where they're at. Again, remember, this is your yoga, your way. Take a minute to just take and assess this part of your body that so often gets overlooked and underappreciated. I just realized the other day, talking to my sister, that there for quite a few months, I'd really noticed that my blood pressure medicine had been making my lower legs swell up a bit. Now all of a sudden it isn't anymore. I wouldn't have noticed that if I wasn't taking this time to pay attention to my body, engaging in self-care. Remembering self-care is never selfish. Taking and running your thumbs up the bottom of your feet, gently opening the bottoms of your feet up, feeling your spine straighten out, your head come to neutral. We inhale, feeling that spine lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips, allowing your heart to fall over to your feet. Not forcing, not pushing. Trying to keep your back straight, but knowing it's okay if it curves and you fall over your feet, whatever works for you. Feeling your hips open, feeling your hips release that stress, that strain, that tension that we put in there all the time. No place else to put it, so we stuff it into our lower back and into our hips. We come home and we're just all crippled up and hurting. And now we're letting that all go. Inhale, feel yourself pull to the far side of the room. Exhale, come down another millimeter or two. Before inhaling, coming slowly back up. Wondering what those silly dogs out there are barking at. Probably a siren. They always feel like they have to join in and help everybody realize that something's going on. We're bringing knees up, feet on the floor, hands either behind the thighs, leaning back on the hands, hands to the side, whatever works for you. Letting your weight shift into your sit bones, shoulders up and back, belly pulled in, engaging the core. We're going to go into our first of 3 boat poses, bringing up 1 foot, maybe both feet, maybe keeping the hands down, maybe keeping 1 foot down, doesn't matter. Maybe just feeling ourselves slowly rowing up the current in that beautiful river. Again, noticing that tremble, noticing that shake. Right ankle over left. Allow yourself to fall forward over your feet, deflating, deflating. Inhale, lift the seat. Exhale, come right back up into that second boat pose. Maybe this time we're in a sailboat being blown across a beautiful lake, just skimming along, feeling the wind in our hair. Again, noticing that tremble, noticing that shake, realizing that that's mind, body working together. Left ankle over right. Deflate, deflate. Inhale, lift the seat. Exhale, come back down and come into our third and final boat pose. Maybe this time we're floating down that beautiful lazy river. And again, this time we're realizing that that tremble, that shake is fear leaving the body. Right ankle over left. Deflate, deflate. Inhale, sit up straight. And breathe in and breathe out. Before we roll over our legs, extending back into a plank pose. It's okay to keep your knees down. It's okay to bring them up. We're just looking for a straight line between the shoulders and the knees. And again, this is your yoga, your way. Nobody's critiquing, nobody's judging, least of all you. Allow the heels to fall over to the right and come up into a side plank on the right side, reaching for the ceiling before coming back down into that plank pose, allowing the feet to fall over and reaching up towards the ceiling in a side plank on the other side before coming back down to plank, lowering down to your forearms, feeling your shoulder blades begin to separate. Again, noticing that tremble, noticing that shake, bringing the knees down, the upper thighs, separating the hands, bringing an ear, your favorite ear to the mat, bringing the tops of your feet to the mat. Beginning to notice your breath, lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. And then noticing your heart beating, pulsing, pumping, circulating love through your entire body, pushing love up, up, up into your head, and pushing it down, down, down into your feet. Inhale, bring the head up and bring the other ear to the mat. And now feel that love pulsing out and radiating, expanding waves, embracing your family, embracing your friends, maybe embracing the whole world. Inhale, bring the head to neutral. Bring the hands down on either side of the chest, actively pushing the tops of the feet into the mat. We're going to push forward, keeping the elbows tucked in like a couple chicken wings as we inhale Inhale, slowly pushing ourselves up into a baby cobra. And then exhale, coming down, slow, 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 slow. Pulling those elbows in and pushing up and inhaling, up, 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 up. Exhaling, coming down, 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 down. Inhaling, pushing up one last time, up, 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 up. And then exhaling, coming down slowly, slowly, slowly. Before rising up into tabletop, just long enough to bring the big toes together, knees to the outside edge of the mat. Bring the sit bones back towards your heels. Stacking the hands, creating a pillar to rest your forehead on. Bringing that third eye, that spot between your eyebrows, that spot in the middle of your forehead, to the top of your own personal little pillar. Creating pressure on that think center, pressure on that link to the pineal gland that signals your body it's okay to begin slowing down. Also, you're creating a direct connection to the ground and allowing the last of those thoughts that no longer serve you to flow through your personal little column and be dissipated and discharged into the earth. And now slowly separate your hands, begin to walk yourself up very slowly, keeping the head bent forward, coming up slowly, slowly, and then bringing the shoulders back and the heads up and feeling the rest of the weight of the world lift from your shoulders, leaving you free, leaving you light, leaving you released. Reach over to the side and swing your feet out in front of you, keeping your feet flat on the mat, knees up. Allow yourself to roll down to where your back's flat on the mat. Walk your feet out to the edge of the mat, hands either in a T or a cactus formation out to the side. As we exhale, allow the knees to fall over to the right. And then we bring them back up slowly, inhaling as they slowly come up. Exhale, we allow them to fall slowly to the left. Inhale, slowly back up. Exhale, allow them to fall slowly to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, allow them to fall to the left. Inhale, back up. And now we're going to begin to move in to the final position of the night. Guided meditation or Shavasana. So extend your legs out, knowing that however you want to be is just fine. If your body's telling you to sit up, then sit up. If your body's telling you to lay on your belly, lay on your belly. Traditionally, your legs are extended, allowing the feet to flop open, reducing the pressure on the hip joints. Hands extended to the side, and just begin to notice yourself sinking deeper and deeper into the mat. You feel your heels resting heavily into the mat, maybe the backs of your calves. Maybe your butt is just sinking down, down, down. Feeling your shoulders be absorbed by the earth. Feeling your forehead begin to smooth out and your eyebrows separate. Feeling your jaw hang slack, your lips lightly together as your tongue rests heavily against the back of your teeth. As you continue to just melt into this mat, you begin to notice a beautiful ball of light approaching from the top of your head. And as that light begins to contact your head, you feel a tingling, a tickling in your scalp. And as that light, that beautiful, beautiful light flows into your skull, you feel it lighting up and illuminating all of the dark, scary corners, sweeping up all of the cobwebs, taking the last little bits and pieces of those things that no longer serve you, gathering them up and carrying them with it. As that light flows down, you feel your eyes sinking deeper and deeper into their sockets. You feel your tongue resting so, so heavily as your jaw just releases. And as that light flows down into your shoulders, you feel it tingling as it shoots back and forth down through your arms and into your fingers, collecting any of that last little bit of tension, pulling it back with it as that light flows down, embracing, hugging, soothing your heart. You feel that warmth and light continue to roll down through your belly, into your pelvis. You feel the front of your thighs begin to tingle, your knees relaxing. You feel that light flowing into your feet, carrying with it all of that stuff that no longer serves you. You feel the bottom of your feet begin to tingle as that light pushes out through the bottom of your feet, taking with it all of that stuff you no longer need. And as you see it rising away, it's leaving you completely, totally illuminated and at ease. As you lie here, enjoying this sense of ease you've granted yourself, listen to my words. Allow them to flow in and flow out. May I be happy, healthy, and secure. May my family be happy, healthy, and secure. May my friends be happy, healthy, and secure. May my community be happy, healthy, and secure. May all living things be happy, healthy, and secure. May I find peace and ease. May the whole world find peace and ease. Ease. We begin to invite conscious movement back into our body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, rotating the ankles, rotating the wrists, bringing the hands into the center of the chest before reaching the hands up towards the ceiling, extending the fingers, wiggling the fingers, stretching, reaching, yearning for the sky, and then bringing the knees into the chest and wrapping yourself into a well-deserved, luscious hug, rocking gently from side to side to massage your sacrum just a little bit before allowing yourself to fall over onto your favorite side into a fetal position, pillowing your head on your lower bicep, bringing your upper hand down and contacting and feeling that support the earth is there to give you. Keeping the eyes closed to hold on to this sense of ease that you've worked so hard to gift yourself today. Slowly and deliberately begin to push yourself up into an easy seated position, finding again that support, that stability. I invite you to take and bring your hands together, forefingers together, thumbs slightly separated. Bring the thumb to the center of your sternum, and then allowing the head to bow down to the ultimate ruler, the heart. I ask you to hear, internalize, and know these words to be as true about you as they are about me. I am complete. I am worthy of giving and receiving love. I am at ease. That beautiful light that shines within me sees, recognizes, and acknowledges that same light within each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing practice with me today. Namaste. Thank you so much. I'm just wanting you all to recognize that we're looking for ease. And what is ease? It's the absence of dis-ease. Thank you all for sharing with me tonight. Have a great evening, and maybe I'll get to see you tomorrow.